summarize the accusation of heresy brought before us. The accuser of this case is Phoenix. The accused is Rommirom. Um, the accuser has charged that the accused has engaged in acts of heresy, specifically through destroying the temple embassy of Adeptus Mechanicus in Hesperia. With this summary declared, we shall now proceed to hear the arguments, first from the prosecutor Abe and then from the defense Asa.
Okay.
So we can start.
All right, Crafty, go ahead. You. All right. How do I even start this? Do I just do I just speak to you, Jake, or do I speak to everyone?
To everyone.
All right. Well, as the as the as Jake. Okay, as Jake already told, we are here today to discuss the trial of Rommirom and his heresy, specifically iconoclasm, as about a year ago, Quan, the regent of the regent of Hesperia, outlawed the cult of the machine within the territory of Hesperia and ceased all negotiations or political talks with the Mechanicus. And Rommirom, as an agent of his regent, fully went about destroying the embassy of the Mechanicus within the Hesperia territory. And of course, as you all know, he's also been very active against the Mechanicus throughout the last year as part of Libertas, and there's also been other multiple attacks. But of course, this trial is not about that. This is about the iconoclasm that was committed by him against the Church of or the Cult of the Machine. I think it's very simple, and I don't think it should take that much time to really discuss what has happened here. It's a very clear-cut case of heresy that's been committed. And I think it shouldn't really be discussed that much other than get to the point that this man is guilty. He's guilty of heresy, he's guilty of iconoclasm, and he's guilty of a horrible fashion sense. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Now the defense can cross
Okay.
examine.
Okay, I'm going to say that the Avis claims are not fact-checked by true American patriots. It okay, okay. Okay, I'm going to first ask something. What do you identify as a heretic? Like, what definition do you use to categorize someone as a heretic? Do you categorize a heretic as someone within the religion that owes to change some part of the cult? If that's the coño. Sorry. If that is the case, then Romy isn't part of the cult, so he's not a heretic. If you, however, define heretic outside of internal of the internal structure of your cult, then I wouldn't say Romy is also a heretic. He was simply a man acting on behalf of his country, and he shouldn't be judged, at least not in this way. He should be judged by other means. That's my point. Sorry.
So,
Your Honor, I would like to counter that. I think we shouldn't really be discussing semantics of how you would really define heretic. I think this trial is being conducted within the Mechanicus and by the Cult of the Machine's belief. And on their, hold on, let me just get this real quick. On the section 8, iconoclasm is defined: he who who destroys or defiles a place of worship of the cult of the machine without express permission from the Tech Priest Council to do so is a heretic. And clearly the embassy functions as some sort of religious institute as well as a political institute. So by destroying that, he did in fact commit heresy. If you're arguing semantics about how he shouldn't be doing that because he's not part of the machine, that's an awful way to go about it. Because Rommirom, I get that he's a citizen of the nation and was simply following orders, but still he is a free-spirited individual. And I also think that if Quan was here or Jetski was here, they would be facing the same actions, but currently they aren't here. Rommirom did commit the heresy. He did act on his own. Maybe it was under the orders, but he did still in fact act and commit heresy. Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, I don't think it's also a good way to counter my argument, accusing me of doing semantics by also doing semantics of the term iconoclasm. And also, under your definition, in section 5, he who destroys or defies a place of the cult of the machine, like, it doesn't specify if that person should be is acting under the cult or outside. If it's outside of the religion, like, it doesn't make sense to judge them under their own terms of their religion. There should be something outside of both beliefs, both systems of belief to judge them, but just trying to evaluate someone it's not within your system, within your religion, via your religion standards and hoping to be objective, I don't think it makes much sense. I don't know if it's understandable. Understandable what I'm saying. So that's it. Yeah.
I do get what you're saying here, but still, this was both a religious persecution of sorts. It was also part of the politics of Hesperia at the time. I understand that. I understand Romy was put in a sensitive situation, but still, he committed heresy against religion. I get he doesn't follow the religion. He doesn't fall under the religion's belief or rules, but he should still respect the religion as a citizen, not just of Hesperia, but also of Trotu. He is a free individual, and I get he also was just simply following orders. But, Your Honor, he's still a free person. He's still a free-thinking individual, and he should at least had his few second thoughts before committing this act of heresy. And I am not trying to argue semantics. I was just trying to come up with the definition from the mechanical side. That's really all I have to that.
Romy wants to speak.
No, wait. Cross-examination is over for the
Cool.
defense, but now it's the defense argument, so you can go ahead.
So I want to say that during the times our laws were passed, where the cult of the machine was banned from Hesperia, it was a very rough time for me. My son, Cactus Callum, was going insane. All my friends left me. Maxim, my love, just rejected me. And the AdMech didn't make times easy on me. So when my nation forced me to apply to their new laws, I had no choice but to follow them. If I didn't want to risk losing them as well. Was I meant to stand alone in this world, to just go against anyone who liked me or anyone who was on my side, just to apply to your rules when my nation needed me and wanted me to act a certain way? I had no choice at the time. It was the only thing I was able to do to not lose everything I had. So I want you to think about my situation at the time and that I had no other choices. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the argument.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
think everyone can see that clearly Rami has had a troubling past. He went through a lot. But we are not here to argue the psychology of the man who committed the crime. We are here to argue whether, not really if he's guilty. I think it's very clear that he is. I think it's more arguing about the sides of things, what really led up to it. But it's the crime we're here to discuss, not the psychology of the man who did it. I myself have been wronged countless times, especially by my bitch wife, Mexia. But Your Honor, I did not go on a destruction spree under the orders of my leader. The leaders I have been under, I have questions because I am a free individual, and Rommirom is also a free individual. I get I shouldn't be comparing myself to his situation, but I think he should not be discussing why he really did that under his pain. I think he should more be discussing what he will do in the future to reconcile with this horrible act of heresy he's committed. Thank you, Your Honor.
okay. Okay, should we go to the prosecutor cross-examination or not? Like we have 12 minutes left.